Hello, guys. I don't know if I want to say hello and welcome because that kind of sucked, Paul. You
Yeah.
told me I was going to win. You told me it was going to be easy,
Well, if you
and you
had a one
smashed
drop,
me.
I probably would have lost in the
Yeah,
first
so my
round.
hand was I have Abbott. I have four spells, three land, but my only creature is an Abbott. So it's like Titan Strength, Wild Slash, Abbott. Three lands.
Okay, I see.
I think I have to keep that, right? I mean, I definitely mulligan most draws without a one drop.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to mulligan. And
It's
then, of
strange.
course, go ahead.
It's strange because in the matchup, first of all, I got very lucky because I won the die roll. That's super important. I have 0% chance if I'm on the if I'm on the draw, but
You are draw.
if you notice, my deck's really clunky with my mana base. Like sometimes I stumble. I have a lot of tap lands,
Yeah.
so I think the red deck actually mulligans pretty well with the rule. So like, a lot of times I think I'll just lose it, just have a one drop. Like it could be a Zergo Bell Strike or a Swift Spear. But
Yeah, obviously. But I mean, I only have eight.
oh, that's true. You don't have like the Lightning Berserkers as well.
I have a
So
couple in the sideboard, but I don't have any in the main. So, like, my main deck only has eight one drops. And then, obviously, the thing is, so I'm also on the draw. I mean, I have a draw phase
right.
as well. So I keep the Abbott as my only creature. And then my draw step is a land, which is awful, obviously. And my second turn draw step is a Titan Strength. So now my hand has three copies of Titan Strength, and you've got Clash of Wills mana. So I'm like, I don't really want to play an Abbott into a Clash of Wills because if I don't get a creature down, my hand is completely blank. So I decide to play until I either have two creatures or until you tap mana, which that part of it, I feel fine. Like, I think I was correct to just not run out the Abbott in my triple Titan Strength hand
Well,
into,
no, into Clash of Wills.
into Clash of Wills. Right. You kept this draw for some reason. It doesn't have a Jace.
It
Like,
doesn't.
you
I
would have
have to
played
have
Jace.
I have to have a two mana spell for the most part, and
That was
and
my theory.
yeah, and that's the thing. Once again, I'm just talking about how lucky I was winning the die roll because those clashables would have been awful
Yeah.
if I was on the draw.
Yeah.
So when you didn't play a one drop, I was like, wow, I have a chance.
Yeah.
And even the turn where you attacked me with the 2/2, and then you cast, I believe, two Titan Strength, and I
Yeah.
had Clash of Wills mana up, but if your last spell was a Become Immense, I was just dead. And I was just
Sure.
like, oh my god, please just don't combo me out because I know if I can untap, I'm actually going to be okay.
Yeah, I had an interesting decision on the scry there. So I'm putting you to five. Like I've deduced that you can't kill it at instant speed because you would have fizzled my Titan Strength to deny me the scry. So I see a Wild Slash. I have one Wild Slash in my hand, and I'm putting you to five. Like,
Sure, so
but
you
that
need me
puts
to
you to
fetch.
one, so that's not worth it. So I send that to the bottom, and then I wind up drawing a land. It
Uh,
was all awful. Anyway, and then game two was
Game 2, you just drew all creatures. And I draw all my sideboard
yeah.
cards.
I mean, obviously, you basically I you missed your turn for land drop, so I decided to move in with the second mandrills, and then I'm just like, if he has a languish, I'm screwed. But like, it's one languish. Like your sweepers, 2/3 of your sweepers are planar outbursts.
Right,
So I'm
and I
like, even
boarded
if he
those
has a
out.
sweeper in his hand, I can risk two mandrills because his sweeper could be planar outburst 2/3 of the
Right.
time. But you had the languish, you found the fourth land.
I would have
Ah,
snapped it off the turn before too, but I missed my fourth land drop.
well,
I had the
I
languish, and
I
I was
saw
just
you
like,
miss the land
yeah,
drop. I
yeah,
mean,
exactly.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
I may have overcommitted there. I mean, maybe if I try to play around the language, but like you missed your land drop, and I don't even know that you had. Anyway, let's watch a different match. Enough of that. We've got two players ready to play Magic, so we'll be right down in the action. Hello and welcome to round six, the sixth and final match of the night. Eric Froehlich pilots the Dark Jeskai deck. It's been public enemy number one in Standard for a couple of weeks now. And Cedric has his take on Naya Megamorph, which was pretty influential on the Pro Tour, even though Ced himself was not qualified or competing in the Pro Tour.
Right. I actually played Cedric's deck at the Pro Tour with
There
the
you
red
go.
match. Yeah, but it looks like
How's your
Cedric had the
Jeskai
one
match?
lander.
He did keep a one-lander on the
Yeah,
draw, right?
right.
But still.
But Eric's hand is incredibly clunky. He's got two tap lands and an evolving wilds, so he just can't cast any spells on curve. Like everything is just a turn delay. But Ifra was on the play. The thing is with the Jeskai matchup, it's so much of it is Cedric drawing. So much of it's just dependent on who goes first. If you can get ahead, play the ideal draw is turn one Warden into something like Hangerback or what have you, and
Right.
Cedric drew the land, so it looks like Cedric is actually reasonably ahead if he can continue drawing lands here.
Makes sense.
Huh.
Goes for second Warden.
Yeah. I thought he was going to run out the Hangerback Walker there.
Yeah,
but
white mana into Hangerback. Plains into
Yeah,
Hangerback.
yeah. But I suppose I guess he wants to get a second green source as well. But he's got a Nissa in his hand.
Right.
Yeah. So Cedric fetching here. Fro's hand is very, very good, but Cedric does have the answer for the Jace. And anytime you have the question of whether or not, anytime you have the decision, should I kill Jace or play something else? It's always kill Jace.
It's good advice.
Yeah, well, I've regretted it every single time I haven't killed a Jace. So Cedric missing on the land here, but doesn't seem too bad because he can still run a spell here. What's Eric gonna do here? Can't play Tasigur. Oh, he can. He can play Tasigur because he can fetch a second basic here and then play Prairie Stream. And if he actually looked at Cedric's list, he'll actually know that there's actually no way to kill a Tasigur that's on the board outside of Hidden Dragon Slayer. Or Dromoka's
Which
Command.
happens to be in Cedric's hand.
Right, but it's very, very slow. So at the very least, if Fro just plays out the Tasigur, he's going to be pretty safe here.
He's going to go Kolaghan's Command.
Okay.
Pick off one of these Wardens. Cedric is missing land drops, so you're getting a... He chose discard, right? Yeah, he knows he's getting a spell with the discard. Right.
And I guess he's opting to just kill all the creatures on the board here.
Yeah, this is... I like that line.
Yeah, this is actually completely reasonable because then, he's building up his graveyard. Next turn, he can actually play a Tasker and get value out of it with an activation. Thought he had two Gideon. Oh, he discarded one of the Gideon, sure. Yeah, I guess Tasigur still works here. And I suppose Eric wanted to fire off the Kolaghan's Command because he knows that if the Wardens start getting pumped, that the Kolaghan's Command is actually not going to kill anything.
That makes a lot of sense. So now here's the Tasigur.
Tasigur, it's going to be pretty hard to stop, but Eric doesn't really have a whole lot else going on, and he doesn't have a really great way of dealing with the Gideon if it hits the board.
Cedric fetches up another Canopy Vista, so he's got his double white now. And Nissa can get him his 4th mana, but it's all coming out kind of slow.
Yeah. So Cedric has a choice of playing Nissa or playing Death Trap, and yeah, he chooses to play the Nissa. This just guarantees that he gets to play the Gideon next turn. And I don't think Eric actually has any way to counter the Gideon when it hits the board. So, you play that Gideon, you're at least going to get a token out of it. All right, here we go. Value Tasigur.
Kolaghan's Command, and he spills a couple of lands, so gets back to Kolaghan's Command.
Ooh. Dig through time up. That's a big game.
That is a big game. Wow, he can also Kolaghan's Command. He can kill Nissa and get what he should know is another spell.
Or he could also kill Hangerback Walker in response to the pump. So he can kill Hangerback Walker and Nissa.
Nice.
If he wanted to.
Sure. Can't even tell how much he cares about Hangerback Walker.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be able. Okay, yeah, he's going to do your play. So Cedric goes to activate the Hangerback Walker, but as a response, Eric is going to destroy an artifact and presumably deal 2 damage to a creature. There you go.
Yeah. If Cedric wasn't planning on attacking or blocking, he likely should have just pumped the Hangerback Walker on his turn, just to ensure that it gets 2 counters on it. Because there's nothing you can really represent for 1 green. Right, I think it's Gideon time. Get him. Yeah, so my guess here is Cedric's just going to make a token but choose not to attack because Fro just needs 1 removal spell to actually be able to kill a creature and kill the Gideon. So unless he finds a call against command, that would be a sick top deck.
It is still the only spell in his graveyard.
Yeah. He could
hypothetically just blind flip, pick up a Colligan's command, no problem.
Just if he did it on his upkeep, I mean, he milled 1 land already. So.
All right, Tasigur attacks. Cedric jump blocks as expected.
This is not. I mean, Dictator Time is pretty great here, so.
Yeah.
So Ifro can. No, I was looking to see if Ifro can actually activate Tasigur and also cast Dictator Time, but because he's getting a spell back, he's only going to have. He's not going to have enough to do all of that.
Aw. 1 short.
What's the play here if you're Cedric? Got a lot of options. Probably going to slow roll that Hidden Dragon Slayer until he has 6 mana. You could just run out the Death Mist Raptor.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Having a death touching blocker seems pretty good.
It also plays around Ojtai's command pretty well. Like, Ifro could be representing the Ojtai's command, so you just run it out, make a dude. If he counters it, that's fine. You just have Den Protection.
Yeah, you can get it back later.
Yeah.
Seems like a solid line.
Also, sorry, go ahead.
It does squander 2 of his mana, which is why he might be more tempted by Den Protector, but...
Yeah. Also, forcing Ifro to Ojtai's command this turn, I'm not sure if he'll do it or not, but it also ties up his mana so he can't actually get an activation out of the Tasigur as well. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously going to play something. I think Death Mist Raptor is likely to play here. Starting with Gideon, play Dinosaur. Well, if anything,
this is, I think,
play
what
the
he's
Death Mist
thinking
Raptor
about,
first.
by the way. He was thinking about what to do with Gideon.
Okay.
And fire him up. Get in there.
Yeah, getting in there.
Rah! Take 5.
I think as far as sequencing goes, it might have been better to cast your creature first, see what Ifro does, and then make your next decision as to whether or not you want to attack with the Gideon. But Ifro's got nothing. No Crackling Doom.
You play Eric next week, right?
I
play Ced.
Okay, yeah,
that's how
that would make sense. I'm playing Eric, and he's playing Jessica. That's a close matchup. It's a skill matchup, so I'm not looking forward to it. But
you want me to give you something to root for then?
What's that?
If Cedric beats Eric here, and Eric is 0-2, he can't possibly tie you, and you actually clinch advancement.
Ah, okay, so I'm rooting for Cedric here.
You are rooting for Cedric. That's how it works.
Athena in the background. No!
Yeah, I'm just telling you how the math works. You clinch advancement if Eric falls to 0-2, because only you wouldn't be able, because I have to play Cedric. We both be 1-1, and only one of us can get to 2-1 and tie you, even if you lose to Eric. Right. So you wouldn't clinch the group, but you would clinch advancement.
Ifro chose to activate Tasker instead of play Dig Through Time. He got another Dispel, which currently doesn't do anything.
True.
I mean, he didn't have a last turn. Just keep getting in there, right? Oh, but now Fro did draw the Ojutai's command this turn.
And Tasker's on defense now.
The emblem do anything here?
Much,
yeah, I'm not sure if Eric was ahead enough to just go for a Tasker activation instead of try to look for answers there. You know, like just looking at Cedric's aggression, there could have been a reasonable chance that Cedric attacks with Gideon again. And if he does and Eric finds a Crackling Doom, that would have been pretty nice.
Wow, there's so many options for how Cedric plays this.
Yeah, he could try to just run out the morph, and Cedric correctly fetches first because it's pretty awkward when you morph then Protector, then fetch, and then it dies in response.
That is quite awkward. All right, he does go for Den Protector face down, which makes sense. The way was clear last turn, but Eric has had a draw step since then.
Oh man, this is actually insane. The way it turned out, because Eric ended up drawing Ojutai's command, he cast the Ojutai's command and can still cast Dictor Time at the end of turn.
Yeah, that sequence worked out well for Eric. I don't think Cedric did anything wrong.
Oh no, of course not. All right, it's time to get in. And Eric's at 10 life here.
Yeah. Fire up Gideon.
I think Cedric's just trying to figure out like how many things he can attack with this turn. I would guess that Death Mist Raptor and Gideon should both be getting in there because he can still just play a Warden this turn.
Mm-hmm. Do you really need the Thopter on defense? It's not like a removal spell kills Gideon. You don't Tasker
that is true.
Actually, 4.
Actually attacking with everything. I was pretty bad at running the numbers last week, so I mean, it's just carrying over to this week. And
see, when you activate the plus ability of a Planeswalker, it gets more loyalty.
That's how that card works. Okay, I got it now. Oh, Cedric choosing a more conservative line here.
Yeah, I mean, the Thopter is actually lethal here, right? No, it's 1 short. Sorry, it's 8
short.
attack.
I guess Cedric doesn't want it to get attacked by Tasker, and then maybe like a Crackling Doom kills both Death Mist Raptor plus. Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, Crackling Doom would line up really badly there. He has the Warden, though. So it's like it has to be a removal spell for the Warden, followed by an attack, followed by Crackling Doom. Maybe that's likely enough to play around.
And look at this. By keeping back the artifact token, Cedric can actually kill... Fro can actually kill Gideon with his Mantis Riders because he can block with a Thopter.
Aha! Double Mantis Rider would have killed
Gideon. Trips!
Well played, Cedric. Yeah, double Mantis Rider would have killed Gideon, except there's a Thopter in the way. Third Mantis Rider not quite coming out yet. Man, I felt like Eric just had this game, and all of a sudden he's been forced to trade Tassiger for a Death Mist Raptor.
Gideon is a hell of a card.
and I like Cedric has played it really smart, right? He went aggro with Gideon, and I feel like that was his only chance this game.
Yeah. If he was pumping out tokens, then Eric would have just had a lot more time here.
Yep. And I think between the dig and the Tasker, he would have leveraged that into a win. Now, it's also true that Cedric's at 12. So 2 Mantis Riders this turn. Okay, 1 chump block.
I wonder if Eric is just opting to attack Cedric. Okay, so he's going
he attacks Cedric.
Okay.
He's got 9 power worth of flyers for next turn. Now, he won't have 9 power worth of flyers because he has to block is the problem for Eric.
Yeah. So he's going to have to chump one of the tokens. Sorry, he's going to have to chump Gideon.
Yep.
Cedric, if he's actually concerned about his life total, because that's a strange attack from Fro, could just play the Wooded Foothills, attack with both of his creatures, pump his Warden, and then give it lifelink just to like kind of stay out of burn range, maybe. And the thing is, because Gideon's going to be on 7, it's going to be really, really difficult to kill.
These are all good points.
Or you can just... It's also hard to turn down the value of morphing Hidden Dragon Slayer and putting a Death Mist Raptor into play, though.
Fair. All right, Gideon,
Time to get
get
in
in
there.
there.
Play the land here. Okay. So he's choosing.
Yeah, he wants to play the Dragon Slayer. Eric, yeah. Chumps Gideon, takes Warden.
Is there any way Eric can deal 3 damage? There's no like you can't. There's no lightning strike. There's no Jeskai charm.
Yeah, Crackling Doom and
Another
Wild Slash are
Mantis
both 2.
Mantis Rider number 4.
Oh, you're right.
Is out.
Mantis Rider number 4 wins the game.
Should have given it lifelink. Eric's on in 1 outer here. Can he dig through time and do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, he can't. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I don't know why I feel like it's going to happen.
Eric's gonna thin.
Oh, he can draw Colligan's command too. Wait.
Oh, talk about Ojutai's command.
Gains 4 life. Is that enough?
Yeah.
You can play Mantis Rider, attack for 6. Also, okay, get in.
Sure.
Yeah, and Fro's not going to win by attacking Gideon here, so he's just going to continue to attack. Well, I think Eric is probably dead because all Cedric has to do is unmorph his Hidden Dragon Slayer and put the Death Mist Raptor into play. That's what? 7, 6, 11, 14 power.
It sounds like a lot.
Yeah, 14. But Fro can block the 2 biggest.
Yeah, I mean, he can only take 6, right?
Yeah, he can only take 6, but he's going to have no board.
Right. He has to use the Ojutai's command and chump with both Mantis Riders.
Right.
And survive it too.
And
versus an opponent at 3. So he's he's got the same 1 outer he just had.
Oh no, because Cedric's going to gain 3 life because the Hidden Dragon Slayer has lifelink.
Right.
And not only that, what? What was that?
He's not bringing it back.
What's going on? Oh, he doesn't want to get Wild Slashed or Colligan's commanded. Oh man. Oh wait, no, he has the spell.
That's got to be good. Oh, the dispels are finally relevant. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Eric's been sitting on dispels the whole game. What a crazy game!
That's kind of weird. If, doesn't Yifro just have all fire impulses, or does he have? Yeah, Yifro's on 4 fiery impulses. I guess there's 2 crackling dooms and Colligan's command. But you know, just based on the way the game's been playing out, you have to assume that Eric doesn't have crackling doom. So
Sure.
The only card he could have is one of the 2 remaining Colligan's commands. I think I would have unmorphed there. Because now, Bro can potentially win this game. Let's see. Unmorph Hidden Dragon Slayer, attack.
Yeah.
He could get. Oh! Let's see. Is Gideon Emblem better?
Really?
Gains more life. But the thing is that makes it so that both the Warden and
they're both lethal threats. Sure.
Yeah.
Gideon Emblem turns both the Warden and the Hidden Dragon Slayer, the unmorphed Hidden Dragon Slayer, into must-block targets.
Right.
Drawback command actually surprise turns a 3-power guy into a 4-power guy too.
Yeah, but that's not going to do anything because Eric has 2 dispels in his hand.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about what Cedric is baiting.
Right, because Cedric has no idea. Let me think. But Fro can just gain 4 life. So if Cedric chooses to go with the line of Emblem and unmorph and attack, Fro just has to block one of the creatures.
I mean, Gideon is a must-block anyway. I'm not sure this Emblem turns.
Yeah. Gideon does more damage. So he's going to have to block Gideon and can take 6 if Cedric unmorphs, and then Fro can then cast Ojutai's command to gain 4 life. So Cedric's going to be at 6 life. So then Ephra has the same out, actually, yeah.
There's no way for... Wait, can Eric survive this turn with a Mantis Rider still alive?
Yeah, so he blocks Gideon,
Yeah,
and gains 4 life off Ojutai's command,
right, and takes the other 2.
and then takes 6, basically. If Cedric chooses to unmorph, he'll take 6. So go down to 2. Yeah. And Cedric...
And he'll have a
will
Mantis Rider, but Cedric, if he flips the Hidden Dragon Slayer, will gain some life.
We'll go up to 6.
Yeah, so that Mantis Rider... So Eric still needs the Mantis Rider.
Still needs Mantis Rider or Colligan's command, yes. It's kind of weird. Cedric's been playing this game it's like a weird mix of very conservative and also very aggressive. Had he just unmorphed the last turn, he probably would have gone there. But it's much easier for me to see, obviously.
Yeah. It's a lot easier when you can see the other guy's hand.
Exactly.
All right, Gideon's a creature.
I wonder if Cedric is going to... Okay. Might be better just to keep Dromoka's command back in case of a burn spell. This makes it so that Cedric doesn't die.
Attack with the team. I guess every morph in Cedric's deck will kill a Mantis Rider in combat. Will actually trade for a Mantis Rider in combat, in fact. I guess hypothetically, it could be a face-down Death Mist Raptor from Eric's perspective.
Yeah.
And win a fight.
All right, so Eric's just going to block Gideon, I would guess.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
like, the biggest thing that could be is Death Mist, and that's still only 7, where Eric can be at 8.
Exactly, so Eric will be at... Would go down to 1 at the very worst.
Right? Cedric passes priority. He doesn't need to do anything. It's on Eric. Here comes Ojutai's command. Presumably leaving up to spell mana. Yeah.
All right, he's got 2 draws here.
He does. Draw a card. If he can find the last Mantis Rider, he can win.
The good players put themselves in the best positions to win. That's what Fro's doing.
Cedric's thinking about whether he needs to respond to this with his Dromoka's command. Like, you are giving Eric this card draw and potentially his draw step to find a Dispel. Cedric doesn't know Eric already has them, so Dromoka's command as a response to kill the not blocking Mantis Rider has to be tempting.
Yeah. Yeah, just have the Gideon fight the Mantis Rider, maybe.
Also, he can go ahead and get a flip in. He now knows that there's none of this... There's no red spells that are going to kill his guy.
All right. Death Mist Raptor enters the fray.
Jace does not help.
Nope. All right, so Eric's got 3 outs here.
Yeah, Eric learning that that's a hidden dragon.
Sweat is real.
He may have thought he had it with that Mantis Rider, right? He didn't know Cedric was going to gain life. That's not what's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I think Eric could have thought that maybe the morph was just a Death Mist Raptor.
Right, or even a Den Protector doesn't win there. What does Den Protector get?
Yeah.
I don't know. Den Protector might get something relevant, but that Mantis Rider had a decent chance of just winning the game for Eric on the spot, but instead, it's 2 Dispels.
All Cedric has to do is attack with everything.
You think he'll see this line?
I don't know.
He'll see this line. Wow.
I wonder what the highest, 9 might be the largest number of loyalty counters I've seen on a Gideon.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's more than 2
attacks.
emblems.
So Cedric Phillips takes game 1.
All right, that's huge. That's huge. So part of the reason why Cedric chose to play red was to make the Jeskai matchup better, because the most problematic cards in the matchup for green-white for this matchup is Jace and Mantis Rider. So his innovation was to add red for Rending Volley. Rending Volley is fantastic. It costs 1 mana, allows you to play multiple spells in one turn, and it's really, really strong against a Dark Jeskai deck. So, him taking down a game, Cedric's got to be a huge favorite in this match.
Surge of Righteousness, he gets to sideboard in too. I mean, not part of the red splash, but
yeah,
it's a nice card here.
Yeah. When we were testing a lot of Dark Jeskai lists, we didn't really play too many Taskers, but it looks like Fro's actually playing 3.
So, yeah, that's what the Pantheon list had as a Pro Tour. That was the one that both Owen and John top 8'd with. They were 3 Taskers. They went heavily into black. They just went farther into black than most lists had up to that point.
Yeah.
I mean, hard to argue with 2 guys in the top 8, right?
Yeah. They also have a lot of great players, so
I understand, but they
don't
normally
have stock Jeskai probably still make it.
They don't normally put 2 players in the top 8.
Yeah, that is true. That's still running above the norm. So Eric here has a couple of Exert influences, and it has to come in this matchup. This is a fantastic card. And what else he's going to bring? He might bring in Felidar Cub, because it does get Silk Wrap. And you can Ojutize Command it back for additional value.
So in addition to the fact that you clinch advancement should Cedric win, it also eliminates Ifro. Right? He'll be 0-2, and somebody has to win when I play Cedric next week. Like, the winner of that match is guaranteed to be 2-1.
Somehow it just draws. Like, you guys just go hit 0 at the same time.
But then we would have to both lose for Eric to get in, right?
Oh, that is true.
So I guess somebody's going to win that match. Somebody's going to either me or Cedric is going to get to 2-1.
Yeah. Ifro is a friend of mine, but I mean, I will take the clinch. Just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to go down as a pretty big upset if Eric doesn't. I mean, for Eric to be the first one eliminated in this group, much less just not advance. Like, he had to be licking his chops when he looked. It's like, oh, I got 2 commentators and Gian. Nice group.
Yeah. We have other brackets that have a bunch of Hall of Famers and stuff.
Group A is tough. Is the
like in like platinum level pros, but the thing is, it's standard. First of all, you can't really get a huge edge. Everybody's kind of playing stock lists, and it's not like we're playing cards at random. So I think Cedric played that game fairly well.
I do too.
He was very, very aggressive with that Gideon, and it ended up paying off.
Totally agree.
Cedric drawing that sideboard Rending Volley. Oh, one card that's actually really problematic. If the game does go long, Dragon Master Outcast is how I've seen most of these Jeskai decks take down the green-white decks in the long game.
Sure.
Just a combination of Ojutize Command plus Dragon Master Outcast makes it really hard to just go over the top. Just not. How are you going to beat just 5/5s every turn?
Yeah, green-white's not very good at beating that.
Painful truths.
Eric's draw looks pretty solid. I mean, I guess it's all 3s.
Oh god, Ifro's the mana is so awkward here. So what Eric wants to do is, fetch a basic with Polluted Delta and cast Prairie Stream.
Yep.
But if he gets an island,
no black mana.
He can't play Painful Truth, and if he gets a swamp, he can't cast Mantis Rider.
Yep.
Oh well. Easy game.
Flooded Train helps.
Yeah.
Right, now he can just get an island, right? Or a plains. Cast Mantis Rider, and then use the Polluted Delta to go get the black mana later.
Sunken Ruins. I don't know if the deck actually needs 2 white sources. It almost feels like the white is kind of a splash. So no second green mana for Cedric here, but he's almost assuredly.
He did draw a red source.
Yeah, I would guess that he read. Yeah, okay. He's just going to Rending Volley and play another hanger back.
Yeah.
The other option was to pump up the hanger back, fight the Mantis Rider, and get 3 tokens, but that's pretty bad to Radiant Flames.
Which Eric did sideboard in and does have in his hand.
Right.
Cedric's hand needs help, though. He needs the second green for these Death Mists.
Yes.
And I guess you can play him face down. He needs any land for the Gideon.
Moment of Truth. Oh,
About death miss number 3.
so I think Cedric. Oh, okay. All right. I thought Cedric was going to try to kill the Mantis Rider. This is pretty aggressive. Like, um,
Counter and command.
yeah. Because now, like Ephor has a bunch of mana to like potentially counter the Dramoka's command. Oh, exert influence.
That's a big game.
Pretty nice. I don't know. Killing Mantis Rider seems pretty good there, especially given like if you look at Cedric's hand, he's got the ground on lockdown. He just needs to deal with that 3/3 flyer. He's just gonna steal a hanger back here.
I think so. Why not?
That's pretty good.
Steals a hangerback walker.
We're gonna draw the fourth one or a 5-drop.
And this time Cedric being punished for doing it main phase, interestingly enough.
Well, but Fro tapped out to do that, so now Cedric can actually pump up his hanger back and Jamoka's command and have a 4/4 hanger back to kill the Mantis Rider.
Good point.
He should probably pump his guy first.
Would he want the trade?
I don't think so. It puts you really, really vulnerable to
Radiant Flames.
Yeah.
It's
like
good with Gideon, though. Like, if he's linking Gideon Emblem, pump my team.
Yeah, but like Fro's eventually just going to have to deal with this 4/4 hanger back, and once he does, then you can play your Gideon. What is going on here? That is the... I did not expect that. I guess Cedric's plan is to just make a bunch of tokens this turn, which is going to be very, very good for Fro, because Fro is now going to pump up his Hangerback Walker and then cast Radiant Flames. You can actually cast Radiant Flames for 2, kill the tokens, and his Hangerback still would live.
Eric just doesn't block. It's like, I don't know what exactly is going on here.
I see through your tomfoolery.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically Cedric had decided he was going to trade Hanger back for Mantis Rider anyway. So let's see if we can get some free damage first.
Yeah.
So Dramoka's command does create a 3/3 Hanger back, trades for the Mantis Rider. Cedric preferred the 3 Thopters to the 4/4 Hanger back.
Oh man, if Cedric somehow had 3 mountains, like 3 ways to cast Radiant Flames off mountain, he could have played a Soulfire Grandmaster, and then cast a Radiant Flame for
Eric.
1.
Sure.
And gain like 5 life or whatever.
Wow.
And have everything live.
Yeah, if Eric could play RRR for Radiant Flames, that would be fun.
Eric just recognizing that he doesn't really need to cast a Radiant Flames here, although Gideon would have done a ton of damage. Actually, with Soulfire Grandmaster and Radiant Flames, oh my god. Ephro is basically at 1 billion.
That's what
I ran the numbers
right?
for that one. Yeah.
1 billion. Last week it was 1 million.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a lot.
This is a lot more than the normal. You're right.
Cedric is just giving more fodder here.
Yeah, Eric's going to make a 3/3 Hanger back.
You can make a 4/4 and do it for 3. And gain billions of life.
Or 15, as you prefer.
Or 15. Actually, no, it's 18, right?
Is it 18? Oh, it is 18.
Yeah. Your life isn't bad.
Does he even need to pull the trigger?
He might not have to. Like, he could, but like, yeah, I mean, he could just play like a Mantis Rider or something if you really wanted. What is this? What's going on? Right. Blue, red. This will kill the Soulfire.
He has to kill the Soulfire.
Yeah. Well, actually, what he can do...
Wow.
He can't cast Mantis Rider this way.
Why cast Mantis Rider when you can put Jace onto the table?
Yeah. Blue,
and attack with your Hanger back. So he decided he didn't want to gain 18. He only did Radiant Flames for 2. He didn't want to spend a mana making
so he only gained
Hanger back. Right. He decided to settle for 2 to everything with lifelink. Pretty sure we're going to see a game 3 here.
Yeah, he froze at a ton of life here. And also has a Mantis Rider. And Eric has an active Jace. You've got a Jace that is not going to be dying here, so.
And Cedric's at 8.
Is Cedric just dead this turn? Yeah, Fiery Impulse to token. Cast Mantis Rider and Colligan's Command.
Sure.
That's 8. Yeah.
There you go. Flip Ace.
Maybe Ephro's ahead enough, and he's going to try to go for the ultimate victory. Just Jace Emblem plus.
What?
All right. Somehow Ephro saw it.
No, he killed Jace.
Kill Gideon? Oh, come on.
I mean, killed Gideon.
Wait, that was a misclick. That had to be a misclick. Wait, he flashback Painful Truth? Oh my god. Playing with his food.
He's playing with his food.
Playing with his food.
Why win the game? Why finish winning the game when you can just enjoy winning the game for another turn or two?
Goodness. It's not like, this has been a long day with a lot of long matches. We gotta make that last one just really count.
We're not even to the 5-hour mark yet.
Yeah, fair. I'll just concede if I was Cedric. I'm not letting you do this to me, Fro.
I almost conceded to you like 8 turns before you killed me.
Game 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game was over. Like I knew as soon as you languished, I knew the game was over. Yeah. I'm like, fine, I'll play it out.
Well, there was no Planeswalker for Ephro to attack this turn, so he must attack. Well, I guess.
Well, there's ground blockers now.
Yeah, that is true. Wait, he drew Mantis Rider. Never mind.
And
just keep him back up for defense, like just not attack.
Okay. Colligan's Command for 2. Here's the Mantis Riders. We'll do 8 this turn. So, on to game 3. Eric Froehlich back up against the wall here in the Super League Championships.
Yeah. Well, Cedric gets to go first now. We know that's huge, but Ephro did board in a bunch of ways to come back when he's behind. He has cards like Radiant Flames and also Exert Influence. I would guess that he probably boards out the Painful Truths when he's on the draw, though.
Makes sense. Yeah, Eric Froehlich must win this game if he wants to be the Super League champion.
Just have to see how Eric's going to sideboard here. Extra Radiant Flames comes in, sure. Keeping the card draw. All right. Cedric on the play. He wants that turn 1 Warden. Turn 1 Warden, turn 2 Hangerback. Ideal opener. And Rending Volley.
Somebody choose to play first. I want to see hands.
Ooh, that is unkeepable on Cedric's side, but Fro's hand is great.
Yeah, you can't keep 5 land 2 Silk Wraps in this matchup, right?
No, there's just no way.
What did you say about Eric's hand?
Said his hand is great.
Oh, it's got a Jace. Yes, his hand's great. And 2 lands and a Jace. Done. Yeah. Wow, Cedric kept.
He kept
5 land and 2 Silk
goodness.
Wraps.
All right. Yeah, so Fro's probably going to lead off with the Sunken... Oh, wait. Yeah, still probably the Sunken Hollow.
Yeah. It's not like he wants the Delta for a basic here.
Yeah.
He doesn't want a swamp.
Yeah, he doesn't really need 2 blue and 2 black.
Right, he's going to have to go, comes into play tapped land. I guess Island Jace, and then he's going to have to get... Oh, right, so if this is...
So we can get
it's going to be really hard to cast Jace on turn 2 and Mantis Rider on turn 3. That's what I figured out.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of ways to not pull that off, and very few.
Probably gonna get Prairie Stream. Yeah. Oh well, had it.
We found one. Had it the whole time.
Had it.
All he had to do was draw untapped red mana.
Never not had it. Okay. All right. Well, Cedric drew 2 spells. That's helping out a little bit here. But Eric's got the sick tech. The Felidar Cub. Well, he might just
for later.
Yeah.
Come on. You just slam Mantis Rider here.
Time to get in. Mantis Rider flooded. They do come in triples, so probably getting the red green and here. Yep. Nissa. That's not good. This is so awkward for Cedric. What's he gonna do? I guess just cast Silk Wrap?
I think he's Silk Wrap the Mantis Rider. Hope he's running out.
Yeah, it's just, because Cedric didn't have any creatures, he just doesn't have the option of being able to like command plus Silk Wrap. He just can't cast 2 spells this turn, which is
he could. If he plays Nissa here, then next turn he can command plus Silk Wrap.
Yeah. He could opt to do that instead. I don't think playing Gideon is a winning strategy here.
Versus a Mantis Rider.
Well.
See what happens.
All right, well.
Gideon's willing to go down to 1 loyalty, but we have bad news.
Jeez. I think this time Fro's going to attack the Gideon.
Bye-bye, Gideon.
He's going to go out on a limb here. Yeah. But Eric doesn't have a Fire Impulse or anything, so Cedric could technically kill both of the Mantis Riders this turn.
Eric does have a Firing Impulse. Oh, he doesn't.
He doesn't have the mana. Yeah,
that's what you mean. Right. So the Silk Wrap plus Dramaka's command line does actually.
Cedric should attack with this knight. If he attacks with a knight, I think Ifro has to block. Like he's not just gonna attack for no reason.
Yeah.
Although I guess that no. I mean, he just casts it because he has first of all he has to respect Ifro. Also, Ifro could just have a dispel. So at the this is you don't lose your guy.
Getting your command dispelled mid combat is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Cedric's draw has kind of worked out. I mean, he's drawing all spells.
Yeah.
No, he's drawn 1 land.
Yeah. Ifro's got a Tasigur that cannot be killed, a Felidar Cub to get back his Jace, and 2 burn spells.
That all sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So what's he gonna do here? Play the Cub. Probably end step to it so it doesn't get Silk Wrapped again. I think he could just play out Tasigur.
Yeah, run it.
Oh, it looks like
he gets the Mantis Rider.
Ooh, I like it. Aggressive.
That is aggressive. Wow.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and he gets to leave himself a graveyard of just Felidar Cub.
With Tasigur, that is pretty decent. Oh, well, that's the answer to Mantis Rider at least.
What's the answer to Tasigur?
See, Ifro knew because if he used the Cub, the Jace would have just gotten Rending Volley. This way, he got in for 3 damage. So he's just
calculated.
He's ahead of the curve. Yeah.
Calculated.
Well, I like this. Cedric choosing to hold back to Nissa. He has a fetch land in place so he can actually protect his Nissa from a removal spell. Because he can play the 7th land. Fro tries to kill it in response, sack the fetch land, and that triggered again.
Rending Volley points at Mantis Rider. Eric is going to activate Tasigur as a response because he doesn't want the Mantis Rider back. He was hoping for the Felidar Cub, but he flipped Radiant Flames and Utter End.
Assuming he's going to give him Radiant Flames because the other 2 cards kills the Silk Wrap, which is back to Jace. Yeah. Bro is a huge favorite right here. What can Cedric even draw? Doesn't have
Eric
spaces.
winning this game throws our group into chaos.
I know. Ah, River of Tears.
Right. We can get a 3-way tie at 2 and 1 where somebody misses at 2-1. We can get a 3-way tie at 1 and 2 where you're the only one who earns it, but somebody else sneaks in alongside you.
Yeah, Eric does have 2 main deck copies of Dispel, which I'm not looking forward to playing against. Getting your Dictator time dispelled is not good times.
Yeah, Cedric's played this great. He's got exactly the line you described. Nissa.
And he drew Surge of Righteousness. Actually, that was like one of the few answers to the Tasigur. Oh, wait, this doesn't actually work. Never mind. Cedric needed to have 7 lands in play for this to work. Whoops. Yeah, you see, I was on the same wavelength as Cedric. And Ifra was just like, what is this guy doing? All right.
Well, this guy's going to Surge of Righteousness your Tasigur.
Yeah. So if he draws Nissa this turn... Well, you know, Ifra just has a bunch of removal spells. Cedric could draw out of this. If Cedric just draws like a Gideon, Ifra doesn't have a whole lot.
Now just he's up to 5 removal spells.
Okay, here it is. This is the turn. Okay. All right. Oh, Evolving Wild. Okay, top deck wars.
Mode, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, Ifra has 5 cards and they all kill things, but Ifra does not have double Fiery Impulse. So if Cedric does draw Nissa here, it would still be live. Okay. Now Ifra's
spells between these two.
Yeah, Ifra's gonna get the second red. Ooh, I would have gotten the second red source, I think.
He has 2 mountains, right?
Yeah. I'm actually not sure. That he might just have 1. No, there's 2.
All right. Eric does top deck a Chase. Both of Cedric's cards can potentially answer it. Ced just has to decide which one.
Cedric's just gonna silk wrap this probably, and because Rending Volley, you can still get Mantis Rider and not take any damage that way. I don't think Cedric's gonna play this Hidden Dragon Slayer. There's just no reason to.
Yeah, he knows several of the cards in Eric's hand because he gave them to Eric with Tasigur.
Right. He knows he has a Radiant Flames and a Fiery Impulse.
Okay.
So playing just a Morph here doesn't make any sense. I believe Cedric might have Evolutionary Leap in his sideboard. That would be a fantastic card to draw. Ooh. That's a good one.
Cedric does have 2 copies of Evolutionary Leap in his sideboard.
We're going to go with discard, return Mantis Rider. Could be Cub.
Not Cub?
Oh, he can't cast Mantis Rider. So probably I was going to say Doggy, but it's actually a kitty cat.
Important distinctions.
Yeah, it's very important. Rending Volley proof. Well, Ifra is going to fire it off on the Jace. Nope. He should probably hold it. No! No, Cedric! It's bad against another Colligan's command. But... Oh, yeah. Nice. So, does Ifra know what Cedric has? Looks like Ifra is just choosing to force Cedric to answer the Felidar Cub, otherwise just take it in return. Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, Hangerback's not terrible.
Imagine we're going to be seeing a 3/3 Hangerback Walker. No, I think there's only one. Is there one Cinderglade in the deck? I'm trying to remember. No, there might be 2.
There's 2.
Okay. So this is actually not that bad for Fro, because what Fro can do is no, there's no way he can Radiant Flames for 1. Never mind. Oh, so what Fro should do here is actually use the Felidar Cub to get back his Jace, flip the Jace, then cast a Radiant Flames to kill the rest of the tokens. Yep.
And that looks like exactly the plan. Jace comes back at end step.
Get Rending Volleyed.
It's going to get Rending Volleyed, yes.
And Top Deck Wars. This is fun.
So Eric is still up 5 removal spells.
Still had all these removal spells.
We're right back where we were 4 turns ago. Eric with a grip full of burn, and Cedric top deck.
Whoa! That is insane. He's going to get back Nissa here? Wait, he could even...
Or Gideon.
Or Gideon. I mean with the mana that Ephro has up, I think Nissa's better because you get you further ahead on cards. And you probably plus it to get value there.
Yeah, there's no red mana.
Why do you fetch there? Also, you can play the Nissa this turn, can't play Gideon.
Yep.
And it dodges Ojutai's command for 1 turn.
Yep. Den Protector, flip it, get back Nissa.
Yeah, I guess like fetching actually didn't matter. He had to fetch just because
he needs the mana to cast Nissa.
Yeah, if he wants to play the Nissa, he needs to.
Right. Which he does. Yeah. No Ojutai's command threat.
And Fro doesn't have 2 red, so cannot actually double Crackling Doom to kill the Nissa this turn. Whip plus.
There's the Nissa.
Well, Cedric minuses, but I can't imagine him doing that.
Yeah, plus he's got to know that's a grip full of removal spells for Eric.
Yeah. Minus is so bad against Crackling Doom. Yeah, okay. Oh, and another Nissa. Well, I don't even know if there's any more Force left in that deck.
Right on schedule.
Hey, the Ojutai's command. Okay. How is Ephro going to get out of this?
Yeah, Cedric's all of a sudden in a decent spot, right?
Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Ojutai's command is actually a pretty good draw because he can get back a Jace here.
Via the Cub.
Yeah, so casting... well, he just has a Jace in his graveyard. You could also work too. The other way, too. Probably going to just keep bussing.
Yeah, Eric chooses to roast the Den Protector.
Yeah, so
and
whatever.
Give up Ojutai's mana.
Yeah, this is actually Ojutai's command was an insane draw because what Fro can do now is he can Ojutai's command whatever spell Cedric plays, whatever creature, get back the Jace, flip the Jace, get Utter End to kill the Nissa.
Nissa keeps delivering up spells. Den Protector that time.
Yeah, but I mean Cedric's at 6. I think Fro's going to be ahead here. Also, Cedric's at 6. There's 2 Crackling Dooms in Eric's hand.
By the way.
Yeah, plus a Colligan's command in the graveyard.
So get Felidar Cub back and attack once.
Yeah, that's an option. Morph, this is... Eric's got to snap off the Ojutai's command here, right?
I would think so.
Can't be a creature that's better than this Morph. I would guess, though, that Cedric's probably just going to play out a 3-4 Wingmate Rock here just because he has a Nissa already going.
Eric chose Jace. No, he chose Felidar Cub. Yep. Felidar Cub's lethal. Well, Felidar Cub and a turn to... And access to a red mana for a second time.
Yeah.
Now Cedric has to play out a Wingmate Rock. Or he's just dead.
Yeah, Cedric should definitely play Wingmate Rock here.
And he does.
I wonder if Eric's going to get back to Jace. Nope.
How's this Crackling Doom? Clear your blocker.
Okay. All right. Eric's
Take 2.
Okay.
Attack.
I mean, Cedric doesn't have life gain. There's nothing Cedric can play here.
Crackling Doom in hand, but even just the Cub threatens to
Cub,
win
the
game.
little Cub that could.
That Cub's great. That Cub got chosen over Jace. Ojitai said down, and I command you. Get in there, kitty
Who needs
cat.
this $80 Planeswalker when you have Kami of Ancient Law? Oh, wow.
Wow. Cool match.
Yeah.
And Eric Froehlich drops the first game, comes back, has to win. Now he's 1-1. I'm 1-1.
Oh, man.
We're 2-0, and Cedric is 0-2. But the way the pairings work out, it's me versus Cedric, which could either create a 2-1 and an 0-3 or a pair of 1-2s. And it's you versus Eric, which could create a 3-0 and a 1-2 or a pair of 2-1s.
So me and Eric just need Cedric to beat you, basically.
Yeah, Cedric. Well, no, Cedric beating me.
No, because if I beat Efro, it doesn't. Then there's like a weird.
We do get the three-way tie. Yeah, we get the three-way tie, and I could easily lose a pro point tiebreaker here. That's definitely a thing I'm a little worried about.
Right.
You have more lifetime pro points than I do.
What?
You have more lifetime pro points than I do.
I guess you just had like 3 insane years.
I had 2.5 years where I was great, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently good enough to get in the Hall of Fame, but yeah, I only have like 126 or so. And there you see
most of those pro points you can thank Luis and Efro for, anyways. At least from my.
Yeah, that's about right. Here is the tiebreaker order. If it does come down to a tie, obviously match wins is first. 3-0 is better than 2-1. Then it's game wins. So we keep joking about this pro point tiebreaker, but it's actually like the 5th tiebreaker. It's probably not going to come up. It did come up once in Standard Super League, so it's a thing that could come up. It goes by most game wins is the first tiebreaker, and then fewest game losses. And I'll figure all the math out, all the scenarios for next time.
I'm just gonna focus on winning. That's all I need to do.
Here's the other thing for you to focus on. You want to buy. Like, you don't just want to advance.
Oh, you can get... Okay, I wasn't even... I don't know you could get a buy.
There's 6 people in the playoffs, right?
Right,
2 from each group, 3 groups. There's 6 people in the playoffs. So it's an 8-man bracket, 8-person bracket, with 2 buys. 2 of the 3 group winners just get free quarterfinal wins. Only 1 group winner.
And is that also... That's also based on tiebreaks? Who gets
same tiebreakers. Exactly the same tiebreakers.
Okay. All right.
I highly recommend getting to 3-0.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best. It's a tough opponent, but I think Esper is supposed to be slightly favored. So when you put the player matchup in consideration, it's probably 50-50. Yeah. I mean, I'll take a 50-50 against Fro. So.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think my matchup against Ced, it has an edge to me. I think. I don't know. I haven't thought a lot.
He doesn't have any instant speed removal. He has Silk Wraps. Well, he has Dramoka's Command. But it's pretty rough because like every time he's just tapping out for Wingmate Rock or something.
Yep.
And then so you have to win game 1. It gets a lot more difficult after Sideboard when they have like 3 to 4 Surge of Righteousness.
Yeah, so, I may actually get to leave my combo in against him. I haven't gotten to do that against you and Eric, but
yeah.
We'll see what happens. You guys have had some removal. It's true. So that's going to do it here for the week 2 of the group stage. Next week, we find out who's going to make the playoffs. All 3 groups will come to a resolution. We'll pick the top 2. We'll send them through. Paul's feeling pretty good. Not quite clinched, but in a very good spot.
The 2 wins. I'm happy.
Yeah. Hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's Magic. We will see you next week.